Welcome back to another episode of Drakuul. Last episode we left off at Bleak Falls Barrow. We destroyed that dungeon, so now it's time to move on. Right now I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about I guess some mods that I add, and I guess some technical things from my older videos. Not gonna take too much of your time. Basically, I added didn't do a lot. Like I said in the past videos, you know, there's some times where I add didn't do a lot and I think it's the problem, but it ends up being something else that's the problem. So that's why I decided to give it another try to see if, you know, I can have a stable game with it, because it looks phenomenal. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing I got is Helgen Reborn. I just loaded that in. That's what the instructions say. They say to load it after, you know, you leave Helgen. So got that loaded in, and never played that mod. It's a bunch of mods I never played. Story mods that I have installed. Not only story, but dungeon mods too, that I never really tried. So we're gonna go ahead and just see where that takes us, and I don't know if I'm gonna do that quest immediately. I don't even know if I can, but let me show you some of the stuff that came with it. I know it's a Helgen Reborn guide, which I'm not gonna entirely read that, but what I will do is I kind of like, you know, flip through the pages so you guys can see for the video purposes. I think mostly that's just instructions, technical things, you know, save games and stuff like that. That desperate times thing, yeah, someone's looking for me in Whiterun, so that that's something I could do when I get to Whiterun, which I'm actually going to. Actually, a pretty good segue. I'm going to go to Whiterun, but I'm going to spend the night here in Riverwood. If you're curious as to what exactly am I using, I'm sorry, not what is exactly am I using, but what are my settings for my vampire settings. Basically I have it set up so that you don't really take damage in the sun, because I want to be able to walk around in the sun without it, but he will be weaker in the sun. So if there's any situations where there is, you know, it's daytime, like I got Drakuul in daytime running around, he's going to be weaker, especially when he starts to get his powers. He's going to start to lose powers during the day, you know, as a vampire. So I'm going to go ahead, I guess we're going to go to Riverwood, and we'll try to keep close to the water, because if I get ambushed by something, I don't want to. Sometimes, like I think it's Monster Mod or Immersive Creatures or something. It's usually like a tree ant giant that's in this area that comes to try to attack me every time. But that's usually when I'm testing. I haven't really played it, but every time I test, he's around. And I forgot to have my torch out. It's not like it's making a big deal.
I'm just a poor old woman, dear. No need
I hear
to
him.
trouble yourself with me.
Sounds like, oh look, he's coming around. Damn, are you serious? You know what I think is my follower, my dumb follower. Damn. And then I got this other guy. See what I'm saying? I'm over here getting jumped. Then this tree ant that we're probably never going to beat. And I can't let it get that thing pick up speed on me. Once it starts to run towards me, it's over for me. I decided to keep my my followers essential, basically that they won't die. And I decided to do that because I feel like to me, it'll make for a really good experience if my companions don't die and they kind of stick around for the whole playthrough. I guess it'll just add to the story that is this playthrough. Man, that torch don't really do nothing. I'm actually lucky that it's Aurora out tonight, because if it wasn't, it would probably be really dark right now, like super dark. Another thing is, the first 2 videos of this series, I had issues with my mic, because when I start recording with Shadowplay, if I set this particular mic in Shadowplay, I guess it does something, compresses it or processes it or something. It does something to the sound that makes it sound bad. So I switched over to recording with Audacity and never looked back, because it sounds so much better in the videos. By the time you see this video, a couple of videos should be out. If you notice, I release them at the same time every time. Every time I do release a video, it's going to be at the same time. I'm aiming for 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is, I think, 8 o'clock in the UK, 8 or 9 o'clock in the UK, which is actually still pretty good for people over there, because they get to experience this playthrough, you know, at nighttime, which is probably the best time to watch this playthrough anyway, for a vampire playthrough. I bet she says that I already rented the room.
I'm the innkeeper.
I
Sure
don't know.
thing. It's yours.
So it actually has been a full day. All right, man. Let me tell this guy to wait around.
What do you need?
Oh, look, they talk to each other.
Uh-huh. You were the boss. Go tend to the chickens, boy.
You are going to
That's dope. They're both from interesting NPCs, but I never seen them actually talk with each other when I used it before. For 2 NPCs to have conversations. I mean, they do it in the vanilla game, but since this is a mod, you know, they could go on and on and on and on.
Just remember, everything's better bloody. About time, friend. Here I was thinking I was going to have to kill something without you.
Oh, you probably was gonna kill this guy right here, and I really don't have time for him. So, new day. On the first day, because it was late that night, on the first day, Drakuul decides to go to Whiterun. He's probably a little behind, but he kind of felt like, oh, before he go to Whiterun, almost forgot, he has to go to the Riverwood Trader and claim his prize. Or reward.
The sooner you find the you found it. I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Okay.
Thank you so much
There
for
we go.
taking care of those thieves. The Riverwood.
I think I'll be able to get discounts with him too in the future. I'm gonna pass on the crafting and stuff until I get a Whiterun, because I know it's there. Like I said, I mean, this is supposed to be a test playthrough, but I'm like, I guess I'll put a little bit more effort into it than I originally was going to do. So you guys might see a little bit of surprises here and there to kind of build up the backstory of this character. And what else? I don't know. I might. What is this? Okay, good. Thought that was like a spider or something. If you guys notice, I got. You probably didn't. You guys probably didn't notice yet. You guys probably didn't notice yet because in the hell is that? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a scamp. We're gonna ignore the scamp and let it have its way. Oh no, you want to take it on, Gore? All right, let's take it on. Whoa, he trying to take us on. Oh, oh yeah, he sure took me on. Look at me trying to be a badass. Got my ass destroyed. I would like to see my deaths like in slow motion, third person. See, that was a little tricky because I would have had to go across the water to fight it, and scamps that early on are nothing to play with. For those of you who don't know, scamps are a part of the Elder Scrolls lore. They actually, and just not only that, but in Morrowind, they used to spawn like a whole bunch of enemies used to spawn like early on in the game. So got him. Man, that Doom Hammer is something else. But yeah. Scamps used to spawn earlier in the game, in that particular game. So if you run across one, you might get, destroyed. But that wasn't the only enemy that did that. It was a lot of enemies that didn't really there was no like levels. It was like everything was just spawned in the world and they were there at that particular spot. They were static. So it made for interesting gameplay because there was a challenge early on, depending on where you were and what you ran into and stuff like that. Alright, so welcome to Whiterun. As I already said, I didn't do live, makes this thing look so much better. Like you can really see everything in the distance, or just about everything. I have it right now. I have it on medium settings. I might go up on the settings. I might go to like high, depending on how my performance is doing now with medium. So I'm gonna play with medium settings for a little while, and then switch to high if I have to. But it's really nice though. And I guess I'm gonna have to stick with, for better or for worse, I'm gonna have to stick with Dendulad for the rest of this playthrough, because if I try to remove it, it might cause some problems. So let's see what's going on over here. See if we get some hits. That's what I'm not a big fan of. Like you're walking over here and you don't even have a chance for this thing to fight this thing.
Well, that's taken care of. No
Then you
thanks
get
to
Aella over here talking crap.
Certainly not. But a true warrior would have relished the opportunity to take on a giant. That's why I'm here with my shield brothers.
What's a shield brother?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
Sounds like a waste of time.
Well, nobody asked me. See what a warrior with true metal is like.
How do you?
Nobody asked you.
I think you might be sick.
Wow, you really get the sense of like the game being wet, all these raindrops and splashes and stuff. It's pretty dope. Like I say, I've had and seen some of these mods before, but as far as like playing a playthrough with them installed, that's a whole different story. A lot of this stuff is new to me, and I got the most up-to-date stuff as of July 2016. For those of you listening to this video in 2020. Alright, so let's... I mean, I guess we could laugh about it all we want, but Skyrim is about to be relevant yet again with the special edition, which I'm looking forward to. I hope it just makes it so that it's more stable, more easy to work with, so we don't have to worry about all these technical problems.
City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Riverwood calls for the Jarl's aid.
What's in danger too? You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach at the top of the hill.
Probably should have intimidated him. Mainly want to just pick up quests, maybe craft a little bit, but I don't want to waste too much time on, you know, pretty much.
This was as stupid as I feud with Clan Greymane. And ask Yorland Greymane for help.
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
Okay, so just gonna do some shopping, and if I do something significant, I'll show you guys.
Don't forget to check inside.
Okay, so
the shop.
nothing special, guys. Nothing special. I basically just sold some things, but as I sold some things, I leveled up. And when I leveled up, I remember, oh crap, I forgot to turn in the claw. When I died, I forgot to turn the claw back in. Well, did I? Let me see if I still have that claw. Wouldn't it be over here? You know what? I might still have the claw, because I think when I left his store, I mean, I'm sorry, I might have sold the claw, because when I left the guy's store, he it auto saved. So when I died, it picked up right there. I thought I didn't auto save because I just leveled up right now. So, anyways, let's check and see what I leveled up to. Okay, gonna get some more magicka, and we only got one perk this time, so I might put that in destruction. But let's see if we got anything else that's important. Did I get heavy armor? No, I didn't. Just in case I get hit. So that'll be it for this particular thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my helmet, because I did notice that there was a perk that allows you to wear, to get all of the perks that you get for having a full set of heavy armor without needing a helmet. But that's later down the line. So for now, I to take advantage of the heavy armor perks, we'll have to have heavy armor stuff. So I got this mod called hide helmet. You know, it does what it says. All it does is just hide the helmet. Oh, and another thing, guys, I forgot. I guess I'll show you guys right now. Show race menu. Forgot to do one little thing to kind of make him look a little bit more, you know, more like he has a disease. Maybe I go back to this bright white complexion after his disease phase is over. But bring that up like that. No, you know what? I might keep it like that because it makes him look a little bit more like a vampire, a little bit more sinister. So we're gonna leave it like that. But that's basically what I wanted to do. Really quick, I wanted to mention. I know it's a lot of talking going on, but these are important things. I wanted to mention that this might not be, in my mind, this is not going to be the only playthrough.
What do you need?
That I do. I'm actually planning on doing others that's not so dark. Of course, the vampire is just about the darkest you get in Elder Scrolls, but I want to do something kind of like the polar opposite. Don't quite know exactly what that's going to be. but kind of want to have like the good guy type of thing going on. Good girl, depends on what I'm doing, but want to get that going. So look out for that. But that's going to be later down the line, though. Later down the line, I need to get this playthrough established and going and comfortable before I start even thinking about other things. So where are we going? Are we going to... No, we don't need to go there. We need to go tell the Jarl immediately what's going on. Sorry guys, I got carried away, but we reached Dragon Reach. I got to keep the talking to the minimum if I want to do anything in a 20-minute episode, so got to find that balance. That's all.